What's up, everyone? BJJ Tech Nerd here, and today's special guest, Jamie. Jamie, how are you?
I am wonderful.
I want to introduce Jamie and not embarrass her. Jamie is a mom of two, a two-time Master Worlds champion, a PANS champion, and a brown belt.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what, Jamie? I see a lot of people who say like they're busy in life, and when I landed on your profile, I'm like, holy shit, you do it all. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You are the definition of no excuses. So tell me, Jamie, how did you start jujitsu? This
Um,
crazy world.
yeah. So funny story. My ex-husband did jujitsu. He mentioned to me one day that he didn't think that I would be able to make it through a warm-up.
Mhm.
Um, so I kind of
Oh.
took that as a challenge, like, oh, okay, like how hard is this? Let me go see. I went and tried my first class and I absolutely did not make it through a warm up. I tried to make it through the class, but I was incredibly out of shape. Um, but as soon as I stepped on the mat, I was like, wait, like this is my thing. Like this is what I want to do. I love this. And then I pretty much started training from then, like 6 days a week, and didn't stop.
Did you say six?
Yeah,
Jeez. I just turned up my game. I'm like, okay, I'm doing 2 times a week. I know I'm busy with work, but I'm doing 3 times a week now, and I feel all proud. But 6 times a week,
that's
god damn.
good.
And
Yeah, I jumped in there and like just full force.
and sometimes that's all it takes. I think it's the initial you won't make it kind of thing. And when people say that to you, it's like, excuse me, I won't
Yeah.
make it kind of thing. And now you're like, Pans champion, world champion,
Yeah.
brown
That's
belt later.
definitely yeah, that's definitely my personality. Like, oh, you tell me I can't do that? Let me go prove it to you. And I got my blue belt before him, by the way.
I was gonna do like a mic drop, but I don't want to drop my
Yeah.
mic because it's
Don't
mounted
drop
here.
your mic.
But damn,
Yeah.
don't drop the mic. Damn.
Yeah.
And you just kept going and kept
And I
going.
kept going. Yeah.
Was there any moments that you're like, okay, it was fun in the beginning, but I'm gonna stop now? Did you ever think about stopping jujitsu at any
Not
point in your life?
once.
Not
Not
once.
once. Yeah. Um, I can tell you the hardest belt so far has been blue
Mm-hmm.
belt. Um,
Mm-hmm. I'm there now.
because you get yeah, you get very like I feel like you get to this place where blue belt where you feel like, I'm a colored belt now. I've made it. I know some stuff. I kind of can feel this, and then you start realizing how much you don't know, and then you kind of get a little bit stuck as a blue belt. And I think that's why people quit at blue belt because it's a frustrating belt because people start going harder on you, and
Absolutely.
you know, yeah.
It's it's been only a month I got mine, I think, in the no gi because I'm more no gi kind of guy. And
Okay.
yeah, I agree with you. It's like I find people are going a little bit harder on me. I felt like
Hmm.
there's this stress of like, okay, now I'm a blue belt. I should know my stuff, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not at all. I'm just like a more advanced white belt. That's what I call myself. And it's
Right.
like it's so frustrating. And at least I don't know. I'm still going. I'm at least I'm not following that cliche of like, okay, I got my blue belt. Happy
I
retirement.
gotta
Bye,
move.
guys.
I'm gonna
Oh,
turn my
that's all right.
AC off real quick
Oh,
because
that's all
it
right.
just went very loud. I'm sorry.
It's all
Okay.
right. It happens.
But yeah, definitely blue belt is one of those weird, frustrating belts where you just feel like you should know more than you actually do and can do more than you actually can do.
Hmm. And we're talking about. I asked you like if you ever felt like giving up. If there's any time I remotely small feel like giving up, it's right now. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm better than this. I'm a blue belt, bro. I
Yeah.
should. And this week we're working on back takes, and I can't get out of the back. And I'm like, I should know how. I know how to get out of this, but there's something blocking me mentally, and I'm better than this. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
It's.
No, don't. I'm telling you, like once you get past blue belt, you are at the point where you know that you don't know. So you're
Mm,
fine with it. I think at blue belt there's like a little bit of this pride, like I'm a blue belt, I can do
yeah,
this, and then you kind of realize like, no, I'm not at that point yet, and that's okay.
I felt when I got it, it's like, okay, I'm a blue belt. And I had a good couple of classes, but now it's like downhill kind of thing. Okay, this is not working
Hmm.
out, and I get the whole blue belt joke of like leaving, but I can't give up. Like, do you like?
No, it's
I try to explain to my wife like Do you feel you have this like addiction to jujitsu? I feel like
Oh,
I'm
a
just.
100%. 100%. So I've taken lots of breaks. I've been doing it for 9 years. I started 9 years
Wow.
ago, but really I've only been on the mats maybe like 6.5 years, 6 to 6.5 years because of the breaks. I've had two children during that time.
Hmm.
Um, and like the amount of depression I had, like not being able to train when
I can
because
imagine.
it's addictive, you,
It it truly is. I
yeah,
When I first started as a white belt, I was like, if I miss one day, because I was so new, I was like, if I miss one day, it's the end of the world. I'm gonna like miss everything.
yeah,
I'm gonna forget everything, kind of thing. Whereas now it's like, yeah, I'm going through this new phase now. If I can miss a week, it's not so bad. But once I
yeah.
hit that second week, it's like I'm starting to freak out. My wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "I gotta go. I gotta
I
go."
gotta go. Yeah, yeah. You start getting pissy, and
Yeah, I
just
do.
everything makes you mad, and you're
I
just
get
like,
moody.
okay, like I need to go choke some people.
And it's funny as we're talking, like some people are listening who are non jujitsu practitioners. They might agree on different levels. Like, let's say if you're training, I don't know, like strong fist, CrossFit, or whatever, being bodybuilders, like
Hmm.
it's the same mentality. I think it's like if you miss that one day or that one week, it'll bug you because you just have this like I don't know. I feel like I'm addicted to like going being in better shape for like I
Yeah.
don't know. Do you find because
Uh,
as a parent, do you find you're doing jujitsu more for them to be like a better role model kind of thing? Does that go through your head sometimes?
oh, 100%. I
Uh,
think especially being a mom, like it's usually the dads going out and being the lifters and the
mm-hmm.
guys that are working out and showing their kids how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think as a woman, it's so much more important. Um, just setting that example. And my kids, they'll they'll be like, "Okay, mom, I'm gonna go do some pull-ups," and it's like it's fun to see them like inspired to be active, and especially now that I've started lifting, like they see the transformation in
Oh,
myself, and how I
for
used to look
sure.
to now, and they're like, "Whoa, okay, like you have a little bit of abs."
Jamie, dude, you're like badass. It's like you're always training. That's what I'm asking. Like, how many times, like, you're always
I
training?
really am. So
You're
I
setting
lift
that bar.
2 hours in the morning, and then I train usually like 2 to 4 hours a day of jujitsu. So yeah, I'm always
God.
training.
And for those who are listening in and say they don't have time to train even once a week, that's how it started for me. Like, you have to like
Yep.
once a week, even
Yeah.
30
Commit.
minutes.
Yeah.
Commit.
Just commit.
Just
It's
commit.
not about. I had someone tell me yesterday. I posted a picture, a before and after picture of 2 months of lifting, and someone commented, "I have injuries," and most people don't know this right now, but I found out this morning that I may have a torn rotator cuff.
Ooh.
Um, and I was at the gym this morning. I get up at
Mm-hmm.
4:30 in the morning and I go, and I was at the gym this morning doing what I could. And
Yes.
it's not about excuses, It's about
No.
my discipline. I had to go run because I really couldn't do anything else, so I went and ran.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just making that decision. Like I
Yeah,
don't
for
always
sure.
feel like it, I'm not always motivated. It's hard. I'm exhausted a lot of the time, but I'm disciplined,
A
and
100% you are. You're like
yeah.
nonstop. It's like I consider you like a professional athlete at top level. Like the amount of you train is insane, and the pain. Like you're injured, but you're still pushing through. And this got
Oh.
me started too in jiu-jitsu because when I hurt my back, I had like a torn, I forgot what it's called, like a little minor disc, which couldn't make me move much. But I
Mm-hmm.
did boxing. Boxing got me
Yeah.
started, got me loose. Then I saw these freaks in the back in spandex doing some kind of wrestling. I don't know what the hell it was. Then I found out, oh, cool, it's called jujitsu, and then it led me to that. And yeah, we have like daily pain. Like we're always in pain. Like my
Yeah.
pinky still hurt. My back, my neck. I landed on my neck like 2.5 months ago. Uh,
Oh.
I attacked someone's back, but I didn't properly. I didn't put like a post out a hand.
Yeah.
I was too excited. He did a bump. I went flying, landed on my neck. I heard
Yep.
a crack. I get up. I'm okay, but for over 2 months, like my neck is still stiff.
Yep.
So that's how you learn. So you learn through the
Yeah,
pain.
exactly. You learn through the pain, you push through the pain. By the time you're our brown belt, like your whole body is destroyed. It's you're
Yeah.
taped together. Like,
It's just like constant tape.
yeah,
I'm buying tape once a month, you know.
yeah.
But Jamie, at a certain point when you were training in the beginning, did you always think about like belts and rankings, or did you just like stop thinking about it at one point?
No, I've never really focused on that, honestly. I just wanted to be better. Like
Mm,
the satisfaction of being a woman, being able to like whoop dudes' asses on a regular basis, like
fuck yeah, dude.
that was satisfaction enough for me. Like I've never been athletic in my life, honestly. Before jujitsu, I was not an athletic person. So clearly my life has completely changed.
Now you're a killer,
but
Jamie.
yeah. But early on, like I took on to it really quickly. Like it just at the beginning it just kind of made sense to me. So I
Hmm.
felt like I was a pretty good white belt, pretty good blue belt early on. And so then everybody would be like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe you're so good. Like you haven't been training that long." Ooh. So I think that spurred me, like my little ego, like, oh yeah. So it really never was about belts. It was just like I just want to get better. Like I just want to learn everything I can.
It's like people are surprised you're so good. It's because she's training 6 times a week, people.
Yeah, yeah. Because I train all the time.
Yeah, that was like the joke I made to my buddies. Like, how do you improve jujitsu cardio? You do more jujitsu.
You do more jujitsu.
It's
Honestly,
silly.
there's no cardio that like translates over, you know? You could have a marathon runner come in and gas out in 2 minutes because it's not the same cardio.
Exactly the argument I've been making with some of my buddies. There's like no special trick for cardio. There's no special athlete or like CrossFitters can come in. CrossFitters are good for like high endurance,
Mm-hmm.
lifting this and that. Yeah, sure, you can't press me all this. Let's try. And I tell these guys, and it's so funny. Every time they try a class, it's 30 seconds. They're
Yeah.
dead in 30
Yo,
seconds or
100%.
less. I love it. It's
I
so
love it too.
satisfying.
Yeah.
It's have you ever rolled with like people who just like well, here's a good example for you. So the other night, we had a class. We were way over our limit. We were about 30, 40 people. So normally our class would be between 20 people, but there was a lot of white belts, a lot of
Mm.
newbies. And I get scared with that. White
Yeah.
belts. And I think you know
As you
why.
should. As you
As you
should.
should. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're not trained to do a certain move or session in a certain sport, it's very fearful. So a bunch of white belts, and the intensity was like the coach even said, guys, 50% even lower than that intensity.
Mm-hmm.
These guys were going like 200%. It got crazy. Some people got hurt.
Oh
Have you
no.
ever been in that situation like, oh great, here's a white belt, am I gonna get hurt? Or they have almost hurt you with like some kind of stupidity?
Oh yes. Yes.
Mm,
Plenty of times. I now am pretty choosy about my partners.
yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've learned my lesson enough, and I have white belts and blue belts that come in all the time. Especially being a woman, um, guys always want to prove themselves. Like
Yeah.
they
True,
always want to be
100%.
like, oh, she's a higher belt. Like yeah, I'm gonna roll with her
Yeah.
and see. So I have nothing to prove. Like I'm at the point where it's like I've proven myself. I'm good. I don't need
Mm-hmm.
to prove myself to you. So I'm pretty choosy now
Oh,
because
100%.
I've been hurt too many times. I've been injured too many times by people that don't understand and have too big of an
Don't
ego.
know.
And
And kids today, there's like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds that they're already like 6 feet something,
oh
200
yeah,
plus pounds.
oh
Like,
yeah.
dude, what do you eat? What does your mom feed you? It's, and
We
I
have a
have to
lot of
roll with you.
wrestlers that come in
Yeah. Oh,
too
wrestlers are the
that
best, of
haven't done, and
course.
it's just like, oh, like white belt wrestlers. I'm like, I'm good. Like
Nah, I'm
I'm
good.
40. I don't.
I don't need. I've been there. You can
Yeah,
have your moment. Good for you. Pat
yeah.
him
I'll
on the
go roll
back.
with like the brown belts and black belts over here because
Yeah.
luckily we have enough to where I get to, I can have all of my roles be higher belts,
Yeah.
and that's good.
I think I'm also choosy sometimes with who I roll with, but I guess like as we're getting older, I'm hitting. Well, I'm still 37. Actually, on a funny note, I thought I was 38 at one point. But I'm actually 37. That's when you know you're getting old. You're forgetting your
Right.
age.
I'm
So
actually 39, and I just say I'm 40 because it's there.
it's there.
I'm only
Jimmy, you look
39
better than
though.
me, that's for sure. You got the
Thanks.
hair. You're training 6, 7 times a week. Oh God. But yeah, I'm kind of picky now. Not sometimes it depends the day, but
Yeah.
I still it's like I said. Sometimes maybe guys like to try and prove themselves. So my
Mm-hmm.
mentality is because I'm a dad. I want to show my son and my wife. You know, Papa still got it at
Yeah.
37. Yeah, I still roll with the young kids, and
Yeah.
they have energy over me, sure, but I tend to win. So until
Yeah.
then, but I have to be careful because they watch too much UFC, Jamie. I think UFC is a big
Exactly.
problem. There
Exactly.
and there's places to like do this right at competitions, and that's the next thing I want to ask you is like, how many competitions have you done, or do you plan on doing more competitions?
I do. I've been competing since white belt. I
Oh,
actually won gold at every competition I ever entered until last year when I got bronze at Master Worlds.
Jesus Christ!
So it was it was a really like hit home loss to me.
Oh,
It made me change my weight class because the girl I went against was like 6'4", and women's weight
buddy.
classes suck. They stop at
Mm,
175. So
okay.
I was competing at super heavy with just anybody that was there. So it
Yeah,
was
because
always like 240-pound girls, and I was only 185 pounds. So it made me drop to a lower weight class. But yeah, I love competing. I don't see myself stopping anytime
wow.
soon. We'll see how this Master Worlds goes with
Mm-hmm.
my shoulder issue, but
Yeah,
I'm still gonna go. It may be the worst showing that I ever have, or I may win. You never
you
know.
may win.
Who
You may
knows?
win. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
I'm here still trying to do my first competition. I asked people, do they give you a ribbon for showing up or something? I just want like a ribbon or just like a picture. Look at this, I was
No.
here.
Well,
Actually, I made it.
if you make third, then yes, that's basically a
Shooting for
participation.
third. I hope my category has like three people or less. So.
Right, exactly. Or in IBJJF they have four, then you still get bronze, so you're good.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna put on a gi now.
Right.
That's cool. So like jujitsu, do you have any like specific goals for jujitsu as you're competing, or is like do you have like a vision of what you want to do with jujitsu, or is it do you want to become like a
Um,
competitor, a coach, or
I think as I am getting older, I think my path is gonna go towards coaching.
mm,
I just started. I've been teaching the kids for probably about 2 years now, and then I just took over the women's program at
nice?
Rodrigo Pinheiro. So I don't teach at my gym; I teach at the headquarters location. We have like I think 5 different gyms, but yeah. So I teach the women's class now, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So
That's
I'll
amazing.
still compete, you know,
Mm.
but definitely like I'll be getting my black belt probably soon-ish. I don't know. If I win Master Worlds, then maybe in 2 weeks. If not, then sometime.
Wow, what a road though.
But
9 years. It's crazy though.
yeah,
Black belt, Jamie.
yeah, yeah. I can't
Uh,
wait. It's scary. It's scary too because I'll feel like I always have to be on.
hmm
Like you can never have a bad day. Like I'm a black belt. Like I can't have
Yeah,
a bad day of training. Like I can't let people beat me.
yeah.
But
Can imagine. It's like I just rolled with my coach and his level, like even the brown belts, they're like a brown belt is like pre black belt. It's like in my mind, you guys are already
hmm
black belts. So
yeah,
when I roll like brown belts and the more advanced brown, let's say mid two stripe brown belt and up, it's like at a certain point, even black, they're like so in the zone. It's like whatever move they show you, they already have four counters for it. So
exactly. They already know
and
what you're gonna do, and they're gonna respond to what they know that you're gonna do.
and I'm rolling with my coach. He just won worlds and everything. He's always winning, my coach. So like I roll against him. Like, listen, okay, I'm gonna beat. I won't win, but I will give you 30 seconds or more. That's
Yeah.
my goal. And I told him one day I'm gonna pass your guard. God damn it! And he's always laughing. But when he rolls, I see a lot of more experienced people. They're just like so calm. They're not
hmm
breathing. They're just. It's like a like what's even going on, and
Yeah.
it's so beautiful at that level. I find like when people start jujitsu, and it's very frustrating, a lot of movement, but when they see higher level people and the way they flow and the way they control you, and it's like
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yep.
And you
It
don't
really is.
You don't roll with men much right now. Or you still roll with men, or you roll with
Oh,
women mostly now?
yeah, I mostly train with men. When I started, there was no women at my academy. I
Hmm.
didn't train with women for probably the first 3 years. And then now the place that I'm at has a lot of women. Um, but I really only roll with the black belt women there. Like, I mean, Nachieli de Jesus is my one of my professors. I don't know if you know her. She's like the goat, like 5-time world champion. Like
Jesus.
she my only goal with rolling with her is just don't get submitted. I'm at the point where half the time I can make it through the roll without getting submitted. So the other half it's
That's
over.
huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
um, and then of course, Manuel Hibamara is my other professor. He's ranked number 5 in the world with flow grappling right now, and
My God.
his goal is just to make me throw up every time. That's what he tells me. I have zero hope of doing anything or getting a good position on him. Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna push you to where you throw up. This is
That's
only goal.
See, people
But
listening, they're like, how is this jujitsu even fun? It's like people don't, they're listening like, what is this garbage? You pay monthly to go hurt yourself and throw up at like, it's, I'll be honest. In the beginning when I was a white belt, I was rolling with some women too, and there was a one coach. Her name was Alex, and she's a black belt. Obviously, I had the weight over her. Besides the weight and the strength, the way she was moving, it's like she was like Spider Woman or something. She was so like
yeah,
advanced, and she like passed my guard. She swept me. She was like, "Holy crap!" and stuff like that
yeah,
motivates me. It's like I want to be you. I want to
yeah.
be like this power you have. This jujitsu is a special power, people. I'm telling
It
you.
is, man. It is.
Do you? Well, when you said you didn't ever do a sport before, and now you've done jujitsu, what has jujitsu done for you? Really, like, has it given you like a different look on life, different confidence, or what do you think
Oh,
it's done for
like
you?
the confidence that it's given me is unreal. Um, just realizing, what my body can do and how far I can push myself, um, is something that I've never known before, and that's pretty amazing to me. Like, I mean, it's completely changed my life. My life revolves around jujitsu. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it is.
Oh,
I
sorry.
live this other life where I do real estate and I
Mm-hmm.
manage properties, and I do that. That's like my hobby.
That's your vice
Jiu-jitsu is
versa.
my life.
Just is your life. That's so relatable. I love
Yeah.
that. That is so relatable.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, give you confidence. Also, you can kill people now for fun. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah.
a
I
bonus,
mean, like,
people. It's a
you can
bonus.
walk in and be like, I can like pretty much destroy anybody in this room right now, and that's a pretty good feeling.
And it's funny because people think like people who train martial arts, that's all they want to do is just fight, which I think is completely wrong. We don't want to fight. We're just playing this scenario in our head. If we have to, we could
Exactly. Yeah.
in self defense.
Yes.
Sure.
Absolutely. I know that I could if I needed to.
Yeah, and I find that makes me a little bit happier. And also for fun and kicks, when I do watch UFC now, I kind of see some pre-submissions before they're even happening, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
because before as a fan, when you didn't know anything, most people were like, "Yeah, bro, just go for a headshot or a kick." I'm like, "You don't train at all. It doesn't work like that. It's not that easy."
Yeah.
People think it's so easy to fight in jiu-jitsu and just strangle him from the neck.
Yeah.
What?
Duh.
Duh.
Or just stand up. Just
Just that
stand up
I
and get
was
out of it.
just stand up. Okay.
It's
Doesn't matter if he
so
has wrist
easy.
control or anything. Just
No.
stand up.
Yeah.
Some
Body lock
people,
on you. Ah, it's cool. Just,
it's,
you can get
it's
out of it.
the average people, the
Yeah.
average people who
They
can't
have no
train
idea.
that once a week. People, even
Yeah.
playing ping pong once a week for 30 minutes, you are an athlete in my eyes. I always try and tell people who come on the show, and just like I get frustrated. I know I shouldn't get frustrated, but people, as we get older, Jamie, like like besides jujitsu injuring us, like we're gonna have injuries no matter what in life. And when
Mm-hmm.
we get older, we just get comfortable of just doing nothing, and it's
Mm-hmm.
frustrating. Then people complain about their lives, and then they get other types of pain, like mental pain and back problems, just by sitting
Yeah.
down all day, watching Netflix and eating whatever's available to order in.
Yep.
And then they look at
Yeah, it is.
freaks like us.
they're like, oh, I could never do that. I was like, I was you like 9 years ago, you know, like I sat on my butt. I didn't train. I didn't do anything. I didn't work out. And you know what? I'm in just as much amount of pain, but I look damn good now.
All right. Jamie, don't you love it when like people like let's say the age of 20 to 30, let's say they're not married, they don't have any kids, and they're like, I don't have time. Does that get you mad? Is it
Oh
like
yeah. It's
is it like
it's
you twitch a bit? What?
yeah.
I have
I
two
just roll
kids.
my
What are you
eyes.
talking?
I'm like, whatever. Like you have no idea. You have
You just
no idea.
you roll out your schedule. I train 6 times a week. My kids have to be picked up this time. They have to eat at this time, and bedtime is this time. Don't talk to me about schedule and no time.
Yep.
That's what goes through my head sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when people say they have no time. But
Yeah, 100%. That's
you inspire people, Jamie. You inspire me to. Now I'm
I
doing
hope
three
so.
times a week. Jamie's doing six. So in the future, I gotta go for that fourth a week, 4 times a week. All
Yes.
right, that's what
Yes.
you've done today,
Just
Jamie.
add
See,
one a day,
one a day.
one every like get used to one extra practice
Yeah,
and then you'll be like, okay, I need another. It's like a drug. We're
yeah,
addicted.
it is.
You need your hits, you need your extra hits.
That's right. Make sure. Actually, I just thought of something. I do train 4 times a week because it's not jujitsu though. I train my wife on the Fridays. We do like a boot camp, strength
Uh-huh.
camp kind of thing. So that's my fourth exercise. Even though it's not jujitsu ish, it gives me a little extra something extra.
Oh,
Like
that's awesome.
yeah, I tried to get my wife into jujitsu. I showed her like videos of it. She's like,
Uh-huh.
"What is this?" I'm like, "It's jujitsu," and she just closed the
Yeah.
phone and walked away. I'm like, "I guess you don't want to try it. Free class." She's like,
Yeah.
no, not at
No,
all.
I've tried to get so many women into they're like, what do you like you have to hug men on the ground and roll around. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not like that. You're not thinking about anything else other than not getting choked. Like that's
Yeah.
what's going through your head.
Yeah, that's the beauty of like any martial art. It's like when you try something new, it's not like okay, my goal is to make you like stay with jiu-jitsu. My goal when I ask people to come is like try the class. One, it's free, and two, you're gonna experience something completely new in your life that you've never
Yes.
experienced before.
Yes.
All your flaws, all your like ideas in your head that you're so strong are going to be broken down. You're gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
little child, and two things could happen. One, you cry about it, then you go home, or two, which is the way I went, is like, holy crap, I got my ass whipped by everybody. I want this power. I want it now.
Yes. I need to learn how to do this. Yep. And
Ah,
and it just comes back to what type of person you are. There's there's just people that walk in and they're like, nope, my ego will never allow me to do this. I was
yeah,
approached
so
at the gym. I get approached at the lip Gold's Gym all the time because I wear jujitsu shirts and my boyfriend and I lift there every morning at the same time, and so everyone knows us as the jujitsu couple because he's a brown belt as well. And so
so
we get
cute.
I know.
Two brown belts today. So cute. I love that.
I so one guy came up, he was like, I'm really interested in jujitsu, but I really don't want to get beat up. And like
Oh,
Nick and I just looked at each other like, oh, okay. Like, well, that's gonna happen. I'm sorry. You're probably gonna get beat up for a little, a few years, and then you'll start beating other people up, and that's when it becomes fun.
that's what becomes great. That becomes really fun. I want to join jiu-jitsu, but not get hurt. It's called playing video games. Go home, play a video game,
Yeah,
and then go into make-believe world. I love that.
exactly.
But have you found that we like you want people to try jiu-jitsu this that, but have you found that you made so many friends in jiu-jitsu, like this community?
Oh yeah. I
I
mean,
didn't know shit about this community. It's crazy.
yeah. It's I mean, you're a family. Like you're family when you walk onto that mat, and I mean, especially like I'm sure all gyms, but my gym, feels that way to me for sure. It's people from all walks of life. Like
Yeah.
doctors and I don't know,
Eh,
criminals.
the criminals that are going
Police
through a
officers.
transition of being better.
Yeah.
But it's true though, because like I never thought of this community because everyone said BJJ community. I'm like, what community are you guys talking? Then I kind of understood it after a couple months. Like, holy shit, everyone's super nice. Everyone's like your friend automatically. It's
Yeah.
a crazy world of violence,
Hmm.
but with the best friendship. Whereas
Oh yeah.
if you take something as crazy as I used to play soccer when I was younger, and when I used to play soccer, parents used to lose their goddamn minds. So would the kids. Like this anger, this fighting, this rage. It's soccer. You're kicking a ball into a freaking net, and there's so much
Right.
rage and fighting involved. You go to jiu-jitsu, yeah, you're fighting in a controlled environment, which is
Mm-hmm.
expected, but everyone's like giving hugs, high fives, hey, good
Yeah.
job, you want to work on this. That's
It's because you like
undone.
collectively go through something that's hard together. You
Exactly.
know, it's like everyone that trains know how hard it is. You know, and you have a really hard training session. There's a respect for each other
Mm,
in the room, I think.
100%. And like we were talking about the ego before, like I did my two classes right now. I'm on my third class tonight. I had two bad classes for my. I said I did bad. Even if I did good against certain people, my mentality is like I suck. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
going back tonight. I'm like, I'm resetting. Just reset. Start all over again. Let's go. Let's do this. It's a new day.
Yep.
That's it. I might suck again, but I went my three times. I trained, and I'm happy.
Exactly.
And we're in
Exactly.
better shape.
Exactly.
Ah, I remember this
Yep.
whole COVID. Remember this COVID era we went through, the whole 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That took a hit on our mental health.
Yeah.
How was the
That
COVID
was
era for you?
it was awful. It was not great. Um we tried to do like secret trainings, you know. I mean, we
I know,
did. Everyone
been
did
there.
secret
Yeah, yeah,
trainings.
everything. It's like a
But,
known thing. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. The gyms
But
are closed.
yeah, yeah, exactly. We're staying home. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough definitely not being able to train as much. I had actually at that point just came back from having my second son.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back when he was 9 months old, and then COVID happened, I
Oh
think
man.
like 2 or 3 months after I came back. So it was like, wait, I just got in. Like I just
Yeah.
started this again. And then bam. But,
Yeah.
we made
That's
it
it
through.
was. We all did. We
Some
had no choice.
some of
Push
us.
through it. So yeah, some of us. There's still some blue belts out there. We shall not name. They live
Yeah.
forever in our hearts. But yeah, I think COVID like hit us all like financially meant like our mental health came like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people. I know like some person who committed suicide because like I know like
Oh
COVID
wow.
was a part of it. Like not having that human interaction, like being away from
Yeah.
the mats, being away from people to the point where I'm sure it was like this everywhere. Like in Canada, the lockdown and like you couldn't go out at certain times. It's like we are in real prison here. We are like it's
Yeah.
just crazy scary. But
I was in a little bit of a different world. I at the time lived out in the country,
mhm.
and it was not super strict. I mean, there were still places open that you could go
Yeah,
to, and like restaurants that just didn't care. They're like,
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, we're a small town. There's 900 people in this town. Who cares? You know? Yeah. But so I luckily had a little bit of a different experience during COVID. I still had a little bit of freedom, and I know a lot of other people, especially in Canada. You guys are pretty strict
Oh,
up there.
Canada, we're going through our phase of. I think every Canada, USA, we're all going through our own little weird times. Let's say I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, that's true.
Let's keep it at that. Just don't,
That's all
just
we'll
don't,
say about that.
just don't touch jujitsu. Do what you want right now. Just leave the schools
Yeah,
alone.
right.
But
Just let me train, man.
Julie, man. But I want to ask you now, being a
Yeah.
mom and having
hmm
your two boys, do you feel that your boys are like proud of you, like when you train? Like,
I hope they are.
hmm, they are.
You know, they're still pretty young, so it's hard. Like, I don't
How
think
old
they
are they?
fully 4 and 6. I just
Okay,
My oldest one just turned 6.
nice.
They both train when I have them. I take them to train. They
That's
love
amazing.
training.
Hmm.
Um, but they also like talk about their dad being a blue belt all the time. He quit a blue belt and hasn't trained anymore.
Oh
So
God,
I'm like, but I'm a two-time world champion brown belt.
you got the title. You got it.
Like be proud of that. But I don't
Yeah,
I don't think they fully understand yet. But
yeah,
I know that like when they get a little bit older, they're gonna be like, wow, like she
yeah.
worked hard, and they
Do you
can be
think
proud
they're
of
gonna
that.
probably go into the jujitsu world with you? And do you think they're gonna probably join? Do you
Yes.
see any interest? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. My older one for sure loves it. He's a little guard player and I am not a guard player. And I'm like, where did that come from? Like, but he's like so naturally a guard player. I love it.
That's
But yeah.
that's that's awesome to hear because like even like my son's gonna turn 5 in September, and everyone asked me, I put him in jiu-jitsu right away, martial arts. I'm like, well, no. I want him to discover it. I want to like lead by example and
Yeah.
see if he's gonna dive into this one with
Hmm.
me. He came to a class with me and my wife to the Strong Fit. He was so fun. He was like lifting weights, but he doesn't like fully understand. He's a cutie.
Yeah.
He's got beautiful blonde hair, of course, and I don't have any of that, so he takes all the attention from me. My wife's always after him, but I don't see any spark with the whole jujitsu ish. But I told my
Yeah.
wife, we'll see in time. If not, we'll create another one. I told
Yeah.
her I want a
Exactly.
female fighter that's gonna destroy this
Yeah.
one. Like
Exactly.
she's like, why?
She can show him up, and then he'll be like, "Wait a minute, I don't want her beating me up. I'm gonna go."
But I've been telling her for the longest. That's my goal. That's like my dream to have a female fighter. And
Yeah.
my son looks like me. He looks a little bit like my wife, but he's
Uh-huh.
nothing like me. He's all my wife's character. Just a sweetheart. There's not an ounce of like anything in him. He's so soft. I
Yeah.
love him. He's a good sweetheart. I love him. But the next one will be a woman and a little
She could
fighter.
be a warrior.
She's gonna be my little warrior.
That's awesome. I love that.
Parenting's it's not easy sometimes,
No,
especially with
it
the.
is.
I'm still trying to digest. You train 6 times a week with two
Hmm.
boys, and
Hmm.
do you ever get overwhelmed with work and the boys and
Oh, I
school and
do. I do.
jiu-jitsu and like
It's a lot to juggle sometimes for sure. I don't have my boys full time, so I will say
hmm
that. I split 50-50, so I only
hmm
have them 4 days a week. Still 4 days a week. I mean, they get extremely tired of me taking them to the gym. So, like, if there's not a kids class that they can, go play at when I'm teaching or training, they're like, "Ah, mom." But I'm like, I'm sorry, this is just your life. You're just gonna have to deal with it because I'm a better mom when I train. So you're gonna
I,
have to
it's
like
funny
let
you
me do
said
that.
that. You're a better mom when you train. It's funny when you say that because I find it's true. Like people are better when they train. Like we get
Hmm.
so distracted with work and responsibilities, and you gotta pay the taxes, you gotta pay this. You get so
Hmm.
lost in this cloud of stress and whatever that jujitsu can really distract you. Apart from you know, for me being a dad and being a father and husband, all that stuff, and my responsibilities around the house, cutting the grass, we just need our time to
Yep.
do something that we love. I think we all owe it to ourselves to have at least something. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be jiu-jitsu. It could be anything. Just do something, a hobby of yours.
Oh, 100%. I have so many people that told me that I was being selfish by trying to train when I had young children. And I was
They
like,
don't
well, you know
understand.
what? You don't understand, and you don't understand how much of a better human being you'll be when you have something that
Exactly.
you're doing for yourself, and how much
100%.
more energy you'll have to put into your children after that.
Yes. Because in the end, I think we both agree on is like we're not just doing it for us. We're doing it for our children. We're leading by
Exactly.
example. Because
Hmm.
when I first started jiu-jitsu, my wife was like, "Oh, but you love jiu-jitsu so much." I'm like, "Yes, it's because I'm
Yes.
something that's changing me. You see, it's physically, mentally changing the way I am." And when I
Yeah.
got her on board training this CrossFit style, she understands the craziness now. I'm like, and when she misses
Hmm.
that one class a week, she gets mad, and I'm like, "Ha!
Yeah. Told
Now
ya.
you know." You are part of the 5% of people in the world that train now.
Yep.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club. And that
Yeah.
addiction is so healthy. It's the healthiest addiction you can ever have.
Oh, oh yeah. 100%.
Apparently. God.
Yeah.
God. So, Jamie, before
Mm.
we end, I want to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with jiu-jitsu and everything? Or what's your vision? The vision. Whew, big breath.
I have thought about opening a gym. My boyfriend and I have thought about that a lot. He'll probably be getting his black belt around the same time that I do, and um, but then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, honestly.
It's okay. That is a good answer.
Coaching for sure. Coaching in some capacity for sure. Always competing because I always feel I always get whenever I compete, I'm always like, why do I do this to myself? It's so draining mentally, physically, the time commitment, the money commitment.
Yes.
It's all very difficult. But then when you get your hand raised, it's all worth it. And then even when you don't, me losing last year taught me so much about my game and myself and, what I needed to work on. And um, so I see definitely competing not going away. I feel like that's so important to your growth in jujitsu,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's growth in jujitsu. Um, Coaching, always for sure. Maybe a gym. We'll see.
That's good. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
And sometimes not knowing is the best answer. It's just
Yeah.
you have some sort of direction. You love jujitsu. You can't stop.
Yep.
It's part of your life. It is your
Yeah.
life.
It
So
is my life.
competing, coaching. One day I like to think of myself as a coach. I love when people ask me one question. I'm like, oh, I actually know the answer. It gets me this
Yeah.
excitement. I know something, even though it's like very
Yeah.
small, like how to
Uh
shrimp
huh.
kind of thing.
Well, it's still, I mean, you're
it
coaching, you're teaching somebody. And then if you see them doing it and progressing with what you're teaching them, that's like a whole new level. Like, oh, I taught them that. Like, I
yeah,
told them how to do
it's
that.
it's kind of like parenting a bit. Like I'm
Oh, yeah.
teaching my children kind of thing. I know it sounds like
Yeah.
the
How to
same,
be
but it's
humans.
how to be humans, how to help the world,
Yeah.
help you with a rear naked joke. That's what I do. That's what I'm here
Exactly.
for.
Yeah.
Jamie, I want to say it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on. This was awesome.
Jamie, you are a beast mode. You're an inspiration. You have inspired me to go for a fifth training session down the
There you
long road,
go.
hopefully.
Yes.
We ain't stopping. We're getting
You'll get
younger.
there.
We'll kick all those young people's asses.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you once again for joining on.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Guys, BJJ Tech Nerd out. Have a good one. Oos.
Bye.